A very good morning to you all. I hope you have attempted your block revision very well. Now today I will continue block 13 lesson plan 2. The name of the block is Rise of Indian Nationalism. So get ready with your content book, notebook, worksheet and the stationery that is required. As usual, I will start the lesson plan with a question. Now tell me, who were the oppressed classes during British rule? Why? The Indian people in general, and peasants, farmers, and laborers, to be specific, were oppressed. The British came to India to exploit its resources and strengthen their own kingdom. So they drained the resources of India. Today, we will learn about the economic exploitation and racial discrimination practiced by the British in India. And our aim is to explain the causes of dissatisfaction against British rule. Now, listen carefully to the situations I will read out for you. After that, you will answer the questions written on the next slide. Got it? So, here are the situations. Exploitation by the British, famine of 19th century. Hari was a farmer in Bhagalpur district of Bihar. He used to grow rice, potatoes, and some seasonal vegetables on his small piece of land. Hari managed to meet the needs of his family from the surplus stock of the previous years. However, the British officials ordered all the farmers of Bhagalpur to grow indigo. Hari did not want to grow indigo as his stock of food grains had finished. However, the British imposed double tax on anyone who refused to grow indigo. So Hari had no other choice. Later, when a drought hit the area, farmers did not have food grains as they had been growing indigo. Hari had to sell the 2 bulls and 3 cows that he owned to get money for food. Even this was not enough as the prices of food grains became very high. Hari lost his 2-year-old son and 5-year-old daughter because of starvation. He became a poor porter and carried luggage from place to place for other people. Now, racial discrimination during the British Raj. Ramdhir and his 3 friends set out to go to Darjeeling. They were students of Calcutta University. Ramdhir told his friends that they would travel by the first class compartment of the newly introduced mail train. Excited, they reached the ticket counter of Howrah station where a British official was booking the tickets. As Ramdhir approached the counter, the ticket seller ordered him to move away from the line. He and his friends were not allowed to board the first class compartment. Later, when they went to visit a park, a British policeman said that the parks were developed as a recreational place for the British and not for the uncivilized Indians. He did not allow them to enter the park. Ramdhir and his friends felt humiliated by this treatment. Now, here are the questions written on the board. You need to answer these questions in your notebook. How did Hari become a poor potter? Why did Randhir and his 4 friends feel humiliated? How was the British rule responsible for both the situations? How were the conditions of Hari and Ramdhir similar? Got it? After reading it or writing in the answers, you can match whether these answers are matching with mine or not. So, how did Hari the farmer become a poor potter? Hari, the farmer, was forced by the British to grow indigo instead of food grains. The indigo he grew was taken away by the British for trade. When a drought came, there was a shortage of food grains as all the farmers were forced to grow indigo. The price of food grains became high. Hari could not afford to buy food for his family. He became very poor and had to work as potter carrying luggage for other people. Why did Ramdhir and his friends feel humiliated? Here Randhir is written, sorry for that. The spelling is Ramdhir, Ramdher. So Ramdhir and his friends were not allowed to board the first class compartment of train or to enter the park as they were Indians, and the British saw them as uncivilized people. What was the role of British in both situations? Unfair treatment of Indians by the British is common to both situations. Now here you will read the section exploitation by the British. Then come back. I'm ready with few of the questions. You should be ready with the answers. Pause the video here. You can do the same. Welcome back again. I hope you had done it. Now here comes the first question. How did the British exploit Indians on the economic grounds? The British took agricultural products from the Indian farmers as raw materials to manufacture goods in their own country and sold these goods in the Indian market. The Indian handicraft industries suffered as they could not compete with that factory that made British goods. As cash crops were grown instead of food crops, there was a shortage of food grains and rise in prices. Lack of food, high prices, and high taxation affected the people in the rural areas badly and resulted in frequent famines. In what other ways did the British exploit Indians? Other than economic exploitation, the British also showed racial bias against Indians. Indians were not given good position in the government services, and all the high ranking positions were given to British officials. Indians were prevented from entering some public places and from traveling in the first class compartment of trains. What were the consequences of racial discrimination by the British? Since all the Indians were exploited on racial grounds, there was a feeling of unity among them against the British, which led to the feeling of nationalism. So, after doing this, you will complete S2 in the workbook, and in notebook, you will complete practice question 4 to 6 and related additional questions. Thank you and have a nice day.